Before we start the Earth Day Part B, we're going to take a look at what we have here and show you some of the common mistakes that we have on Part A. One of the first things that happens here, or one of the weirdest things that happens, is this bottom paragraph, this third paragraph, many times gets overly indented. You can see how these are over here on the left at the 1-inch margin, but this one somehow has been moved further to the right. The easiest way to fix that is to use these increase or decrease indent. Select the entire paragraph and you can actually just decrease the indent and it'll move the entire paragraph over. So if that's an error that you're finding, that's an easy fix. Also make sure that you're putting a graphic in using the insert online pictures options. And if you're doing this correctly, you should also be able to use wrap text and choose either square or tight so that you have the text kind of pushing around whatever your clip art is. Now, when you're ready to move on to the Part B assignment, it's going to have you first make sure that this is saved, the Part A, and then you're going to go to File, Save As, and save a second copy as Part B. So from within here, that's easy enough. Go to File, Save As, and I'm just going to call it Earth Day Part B. And go ahead and save that. Now I have a second copy, so the changes that I make on here will not affect the first copy. Now, going through here, what you're going to do is change what's called the formatting 5, the font, size, style, alignment, and spacing of each of these components of your story, the heading, title, paragraphs, and the bulleted areas. And all you'll do is just use this table here to kind of see what it is you're going to do to each of those areas. So for example, the first thing here is to change your header. So your header is your name, date, period, and assignment name. It's going to tell you to change the font to one called Chiller, so you need to kind of look through and see if you can find it. Mine happens to be here at the top, but if you have trouble finding it, you could actually start typing it up here at the top of the font box and it will jump down and find it for you. It also wants you to change the size. This one says 14. The style, and all of the styles are right here. Bold, italic, underline, strike through. These are subscript and superscript. For this one, it happens to want it to be italic. And then the alignment is going to be right. Now your alignments are all right here. You have left, center, right, and then one called justify, which you're going to be doing to your first paragraph. This one happens to have it over here on the right. And then it wants you to go in and change the line spacing. This one says 1.5. So again, having gone through all of these steps, I've now made all of these changes to the heading. Then I'm going to move on to my title and go ahead and make these changes. Paragraph 1, 2, bulleted area, and paragraph 3. One of the kind of quick tips is if you triple click 3 times very quickly, it'll highlight an entire paragraph for you. That does not work for the bullets though. For the bullets, you're going to have to actually click and drag those when it asks you to make the changes. Some of the unusual font changes or formatting changes, one of them here is called uppercase, and I believe it has to do it to the bulleted area. You'll click this and you'll be able to choose uppercase and it will just change all of the font as though you had left caps lock on. And then as you're going through, one of the final steps of this, it'll be pretty crazy looking by the time you're done with this, because having you change everything, including line spacing. But one of the last things it's going to have you do is go ahead and insert another picture, a second picture, and it wants you to change it just like you did for your original picture. So I'm going to go ahead and go up to Insert Image and find something that has something to do with Earth Day. I have this one, and then my text wrapping I'm going to choose is called Behind Text. And that will allow me to pick it up and move it over here. It does tell you to make it approximately 2 inches, and you can just kind of estimate on that. One of the little tricks to this is if you can't get a hold of this graphic because now it's behind the text, you got to take a look at what your mouse pointer looks like. You don't want it to be an I-beam, then you're selecting text. You want it to be a 4-way arrow, and that's the only way that you're actually clicking on a graphic. Once you have this done, you can go ahead and save this, And you, if you get to the point where you want to turn this in, you can turn in both the Part A and the Part B version of this on Google Classroom.